And the podium is quite tall, so I apologize for that in advance.
Bienvenue. Mon nom c'est Geneviève. I'm with Capital Pride. I'm the co-chair of the board of directors. Thank you. Happy Pride, joyeuse fierté à tout le monde. So for those of you who don't know, which I'm hoping is nobody, but today is our parade and our street festival. So I'm really hoping that folks will turn out to that after this event. But I wanted to take a quick moment to welcome everyone and to welcome the representatives who are here with us today for this incredible announcement that is about to take place. Some of the work that we've been doing at Capital Pride has been in large part due to federal funding, and so it's a great honor to be able to be here with you today and to be able to speak to folks about that. So if I can just take a moment to highlight some of the advocacy work that we've done recently. We were involved in the blood ban campaign and ending the blood ban. So thank you. A lot of work that needed to be done, and we're glad that we finally got to push for that and end the blood ban as we know it. So some of that progress is being made, and we hope to continue to see progress in all of the advocacy work that we do. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you so much, Geneviève. Bonjour, hello, and welcome everyone. And thank you so much for joining us this morning on Capital Pride Parade Day. This is Pride season. It's been so incredible so far with all kinds of in-person and virtual events across the country, celebrating and marking the incredible contributions of those working to advance the tous LGBTQ+ community. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are gathered here on the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation. It's a great privilege for me to be here today as we mark an important milestone in our government's commitment to improving equality for the tous LGBTQI+ communities. Over the past years, the Government of Canada has consulted and worked alongside many diverse communities to better understand the daily realities and experiences of tous LGBTQI+ people in Canada. Today's announcement aims to create a more equitable Canada for tous LGBTQI+ communities for present and for future generations. So without further delay, I would now like to invite Elder Verna McGregor from the First Nation Algonquin community of Kitigan, Zibi, Anishinaabeg for our opening prayer. Elder Verna, over to you.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everybody. It's nice to be here on this wonderful Sunday. I was with the Bingham Cup last week, which is the tous LGBTQT+. I'm sorry if I missed some letters in there, but I thought it was wonderful. There was this camaraderie with the people coming together. But also when I was driving home, I was thinking, I said, why do I love it so much too? Then it came to mind that we as Indigenous people too were once also this oppression, and not accepted too as well for where we are. So, and now I'm very honored to be here today too, because this announcement too is on a step too as well for us, everyone, this inclusivity to be included now. And why I always talk about Ottawa as a confluence, because we were known for the birch bark canoe as Anishinaabeg, Algonquin. And one of the teachings of the canoe is that you honor everybody's journey here. It's not only just balance, but you honor everybody's journey. So that's why this announcement is important, because also too as well, the significance of Ottawa is that confluence of the rivers, and that was our highway. But the confluence too represents the medicine wheel, and everybody belongs in the circle. So on that note, I'm going to just say a little quick prayer, and I thank you for the tobacco, because that's part of protocol too. And I have my feathers, and I say, miigwech, merci. Thank you. O jene gashkito chama dose konshe nongum, shuen mishnore nabigis. We do kwa kakina pamatsa chikten is what konshe. Chimino pamatsa watch chuana ki watch nabigis. Conscious quatne guede simen ke go gejemana doshes kananoj kushne guede simen. We do kwa kakina miye. And we say miigwech is thank you 4 times to honor the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 colors of people on this earth, and everybody really, because everybody belongs here. So, miigwech, 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 miigwech.
Thank you so much, Elder Verna, for those inspiring words. And now I would like to invite Mona Forche, President of the Treasury Board and Member of Parliament for Ottawa-Vanier. Minister Forche, thank you so much for hosting us here in Ottawa-Vanier today, and the floor is yours.
Merci, Jenna, Kwishiba. Bonjour, good morning, and happy Pride, everyone. And as the Member of Parliament for Ottawa-Vanier and President of the Treasury Board, it's my pleasure to welcome you all here today for this very important announcement. And also, I want to acknowledge that the land on which we are gathered here today is the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabeg peoples. And I'm so excited to be here with all of you to end off Capital Pride and to be joined by so many friendly faces, local leaders, elected officials, members of the 2S LGBTQI plus communities, Ottawa small business owners, and everyone here. And I also want to recognize my friends and colleagues, Jenna Suds, Member of Parliament for Canada Carleton, Yasir Nagvi, Member of Parliament for Ottawa Centre, Anita Vandenbelt from Ottawa West Nepean, Marie-France Lalonde d'Orléans, and of course the Honourable Marcy Ian, Minister for Women and Gender Equality and Youth. Notre grand champion, notre Premier ministre Justin Trudeau. Et je ne peux pas vous dire à quel point je suis heureuse que nous soyons tous ici pour célébrer la Semaine de la fierté dans la capitale et toutes les communautés 2S LGBTQI+ du Canada. Et ce fut une semaine remplie d'événements et de célébrations, et je tiens à remercier toutes celles et tous ceux qui ont travaillé sans relâche pour que tout se passe bien dans notre communauté. Puis un fier chapeau à Geneviève Culverson, coprésidente, et toute ton équipe. Merci pour tout ce que vous avez fait. Vous savez, c'est un témoignage non seulement du travail acharné qui a été consacré à ces événements, mais aussi la résilience et la ténacité de l'ensemble de la communauté 2S LGBTQI+, et de la communauté de la région de la capitale nationale. You know, Capital Pride is truly unique in the most amazing ways, bringing together people from all over in our beautiful city to honor and celebrate 2S LGBTQI+ community. Over the past few months, Pride celebrations have taken place from coast to coast to coast. Whether big or small, the message of Pride parades remain the same. 2S LGBTQI+ communities in all their diversity have a place in Canada and make our country much better. Right? And as we've been saying, Pride is more than a week of celebration or events. It's a movement that honors the past, celebrates the present, and prepares for the future. And we gather here today because of the breakthroughs achieved by trailblazers from the past and those who continue the hard work to break glass ceilings. And I'm proud to share that there are so many activists and leaders in the 2S LGBTQI+ community here in Ottawa that are present with us today. And I want to thank you all for your tireless work and advocacy in making sure that our community is more inclusive and diverse. Et qu'il s'agisse d'œuvres d'art créatives disséminées dans toute la ville, de poésie orale ou de contes, la façon dont vous enrichissez tous Ottawa en partageant les histoires de la communauté est remarquable. Les contes, l'art et le militantisme ont fait progresser l'éducation et la sensibilisation tout en célébrant le droit de vivre librement, peu importe qui vous êtes ou qui vous aimez. Et nous savons que les organismes et les personnes ici présentes jouent un rôle essentiel dans nos collectivités. Ils offrent des programmes, fournissent des services éducatifs et sont là pour ceux et celles qui en ont plus le besoin. Et même en dépit des difficultés rencontrées ces dernières années, vos organisations, nos organisations, se sont adaptées et ont surmonté les obstacles afin de pouvoir continuer à servir les personnes, comme vous savez, qui ont le plus besoin de vous. And I'm proud that Ottawa plays such an integral role towards building an inclusive Canada that stands alongside two LGBTQI+ communities. And the announcement today echoes your work and honors your stories. And it's a testament of your unwavering resilience and a reminder that together we can overcome nearly all obstacles. Now, I would like to invite my good friend, my favorite boss, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, to say a few words. You know, he has been a true champion of 2S LGBTQI+ rights and has fought hard to make everyone feel they belong and have a place in Canada and in our communities. And there's much work to be done, but you have paved the way for so many. Thank you. Monsieur Trudeau.
Bonjour tout le monde, bonne fierté, Happy Pride! Merci Mona pour cette introduction, merci Jenna pour tout ton travail. Verna, thank you for those words of welcome onto traditional territory. It is so important that we recognize the caretakers of the land, past, present and future. Geneviève, merci pour tout ton leadership. Merci à tous mes amis collègues ici. Il y a du gros travail à faire et merci, je suis tellement content que tu sois là pour le faire. To begin with, I just want to take a moment alongside all Canadians to reflect on our friends in Pakistan who are suffering through horrific floods right now. The devastating impact that these are having on people across the country is something we're all watching with sorrow and support. Canada will continue to provide support through the UN and through the Red Cross. Comme tant de Canadiens, je pense aux sinistrés et aux inondations dévastatrices au Pakistan. Le Canada va continuer d'être là par le biais d'organismes comme les Nations Unies et la Croix-Rouge. Mais nous avons tous une pensée dans cette belle journée ici à Ottawa à ceux qui font face à des moments extrêmement difficiles à l'autre côté de la planète. Can I tell you how great it's been to see Pride events coming back in person again this year? Just being crowded into this room right now and celebrating is a great, great feeling. Pride is a fantastic tradition and a truly meaningful one for all Canadians. It's about fully embracing something that's so Canadian, being proud of who we are, of what we are, of whom we love, and celebrating that and celebrating each other in the fullest way that highlights what makes such a vibrant community. Since day one, our government has been committed to protecting the rights of two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and additional sexuality and gender diverse people. That's why I'm so excited today to announce a historic first, the launch of Canada's first ever 2S LGBTQI+ action plan. This is a whole-of-government plan that will guide our ongoing work to fight discrimination, to break down barriers, to advance rights, and to build a future where everyone in Canada is truly free to be who they are and love whom they love. On a travaillé avec des leaders, des chercheurs et des organismes communautaires pour que ce plan réponde aux besoins des Canadiens. Et on va investir 100 millions de dollars sur 5 ans. Une grande... Ouais, on peut applaudir 100 millions de dollars. Une grande partie de ces fonds, 75 millions de dollars, va aller directement à des organismes communautaires parce que c'est là où se fait le véritable travail de soutien et d'entraide. The strength and the resilience of your community should inspire everyone. We see it in your advocacy, your outreach to vulnerable people, and the work you do every day to make your community more inclusive and diverse in every possible way. Our government will never stop fighting to protect and support your rights and freedoms. 5 years ago, we passed legislation to prohibit discrimination on the basis of gender identity or expression. We've welcomed thousands of refugees fleeing persecution because of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. Et cette année, on a adopté une loi pour mettre fin à ce qui était appelé la thérapie de conversion, qui était en réalité une pratique cruelle et dangereuse. Et je suis... Et je suis toujours très content de voir le drapeau de la fierté flotter fièrement sur la colline du Parlement. On sait qu'il reste encore bien du travail à faire et grâce à ce nouveau plan d'action, on va continuer d'avancer ensemble. Lots more work to do, but we have together made tremendous strides here in Canada, which is important. But as important as well as we've seen rights moving backwards in many parts of the world, some closer than we'd like to admit. We need to continue to stand up to show what a truly positive, inclusive, strong society looks like. And that means, that means everyone working together and calling out what we see and showing what a truly inclusive society looks like. And that's why before I wrap today, I want to take a moment to address, in part, the video we saw this weekend of the Deputy Prime Minister being subjected to some extremely disturbing harassment and threats. And this is not an isolated incident. Sadly, this is something we're seeing more and more of. Certainly, members of this community have seen it. But we're seeing increasingly people in public life, people in positions of responsibility, particularly women, racialized Canadians, people of minority or different community groups being targeted almost because of the increasing strength of your voices, of your positions, of the impact you're having around the world and around our country. We're seeing a backlash. And we've seen it, first of all, over the past many years. Anytime a woman speaks up on social media, she is so often subject to harassment and toxicity that we're actually seeing her rights and her voice and her freedom of expression diminished. We need more women and racialized Canadians and diverse communities to be strong voices in politics, in media, where we're seeing reporters increasingly getting attacked for calling out hatred and indifference and discrimination. We have to ask ourselves what kind of country we are, what kind of country we want to be. La discrimination, la haine, l'intimidation de femmes racisées, de membres de communautés défavorisées, de minoritaires, sont en train de plus en plus d'être attaquées dans la sphère publique, surtout quand elles osent exercer du pouvoir ou du service envers la communauté. Nous avons des réflexions importantes à faire en tant que société sur comment nous allons réagir en tant que société, quel genre de monde et de pays on veut bâtir, quel message on donne aux générations futures. Je suis très content d'avoir des membres de mon conseil jeunesse du Premier ministre ici. Merci d'être ici. Mais on est dans un moment où on a besoin de leadership responsable pour d'être là, pour dire non, que c'est pas acceptable dans notre démocratie, c'est pas acceptable au Canada, et d'être là pour repousser contre la haine. Threats, violence, intimidation of any kind are always unacceptable, and this kind of cowardly behavior threatens and undermines our democracy and our values of openness and respect upon which Canada was built. As leaders, we need to call this out and take a united stance against it, because no matter who you are, who you love, the color of your skin, how you pray, where you're from, your gender, you deserve respect, and you deserve to live in peace without fear of threats or violence. And I can tell you that I, our colleagues on this stage, and indeed our government, will always fight for this, particularly true today as we celebrate Pride in our capital city, but every day as well. Canada is an accepting place. That's what Canada is about, and it's a huge part of what makes us all so proud to be Canadian. So let us make sure we are stepping up, that we are not just watching, that we are standing up actively every day in our ways with the strengths that each of us have to fight against hatred, discrimination, and reject the fear that is creeping into our society. Et surtout aujourd'hui, on célèbre. Bonne fierté tout le monde, et je veux maintenant passer la parole à la ministre Ian.